Hello everyone, welcome back to Prince and Nikki's channel. Today we're with Project Kofi again. What we wanted to do is just bring you an update on what we've been doing in the last few weeks. For those of you who have been following this project, you will note that in terms of the land, we had 3 sides of the fence wall done, and then we have just recently, after we've put the roof on, we've started working on the front fence wall, which has got the features.
Also in the new year, we have started working on the first fix. All the plumbing first fix has been completed, the electrical is on the way, and also the CCTV and all the security stuffs are also on the way. Hopefully those will be finished in the next couple of days, and in the coming weeks we will start the plastering. So the image you see now is the first 3D we did for the proposed fence wall. It was meant to have some features, columns on the front, then a security gate in the middle. But after finishing the 3 sides, the client decided to wait to look for some other inspiration. So the picture you can see on the right is the inspiration the client came back, and this is our model we did to how it will look like, what we interpret that design. Based on that, the client gave go ahead, and we have started working the first wall. So basically in this video, we're gonna take you through what we have done and where we are now. As a design and build company, one thing we are able to do, if requested by the client, is to prepare a 3D representation of the design idea that they have given us for the fence wall or any of the properties that we work with. Once that is created, to tell the guy how the fence will look and approval is given, we start the work. In this case, once the client gives a go ahead, we have instructed the guys and they start taking the trench. All our fence wall are done 10 foot. There's 2 feet below the ground that you don't see, and then above the ground is 8 foot. So no matter wherever you are, for example, this land, the land slopes down walls, wherever you are is 8 foot. That is steps to sow the land. That is what we do. It's very important to make sure that adequate foundation, the footing is adequate for the size of the wall. So in this case, for example, if you look at the big design features we've got, as you will see as we go through the video, those footings are 2 feet wide compared to the standard footing, which are just 1 foot wide. So it's very important that based on the design, you come out with calculations to make sure the loading of that wall, the footing is adequate to carry the load. The total length of the wall, excluding the double gate we've got, is 301 foot, of about 92 meters. This is covering the front of the house. The total land it sits on is 9 plots. As you see later in some of the videos you'll see, it shows you the actual area of the land within the compound, that you can have a better understanding of what we'll be doing. This is one of the footings that we're talking about, where we got this big design feature columns, those which got the arches or the arc in them. So those are those big footings. All of them for us, based on the loading, at the end of each one there is a column at the end of each one. And then we also got these big columns, which we call standard columns. They also have reinforcement with them, although the whole column is created. Outside there is a block. We fill the inside with concrete. It's a similar thing we did the plot behind.
Some of the inquiries that we get about the fence walls, obviously a lot of the questions are about how we would recommend the damp proofing and stuff, but one of the things that we don't do, people might request for us if we lay like a DPM in the trenches. We don't particularly do that, only because the theory around damp proof membrane doesn't fit in line with putting it in the trenches.
I think you got to understand how damp work, rising damp work. The damp works by an action called capillary action. So when the block is in a cold place, so if you put the DPM around the foundation, then you cover it with the soil. The soil around it will still be damp. It will still be cold. So over time, what that damp will do is to come up worse. So the best way to stop that damp is by using waterproof additive in your concrete, the footing. Then also we recommend using sika waterproof bitumen around the whole of the footing, as well as your plastering, completely waterproof plastering. So the additive we use is what is used typically to do the pools and stuff. So if you take the care and invest the money, you shouldn't have any issue with the dam. I know there are older people who are beginning to put what we call DPC in the walls, but you can do all that. But if you don't use the right products, you just wasted money. So it's whatever you want to do, you must make sure you are using the right products.
Yeah, and I think with anyone who's doing any building, whether it's your fence wall or your home, is you need to just take every step and do the best actions that you can do for everything that you're doing. So in terms of your block work and your foundation casting and your fence walls, once you've done those, you'd add on another layer. So like you say, your waterproofing products in the plaster, in the concrete, so that you've got the maximum protection. And I can only say, as someone who's a layperson that isn't in construction, for me visually, by doing what we've done in our own house, I can see that has worked for us from starting the building in 2022, going back again last year, and we'll be back again Easter this year. And I can visually see from the fence wall that we started. If you go on our channel and go right back to the beginning of the channel when we was digging the footings for our own fence wall to how it is when we went out the most recent time, I can hand on heart say, without even having all the additional stuff on originally, we haven't had any problem with any damp.
No, and also all this we do, we take special advice. We take a special advice from a sika who tells us the best way to treat any wall we're doing, any work we're doing, what products we should use. Even over here at the roof level, we are not doing tiles, although the drawing say the roof slab to be tiles. We spoke to sika, and there is a product that sika has recommend. It's a UV paint that the slab will be painted with, and that gives you completely seal the slab and is waterproof. So the products are there in the market. There are so many products now, so many international companies now in the market in Ghana. You just need to speak to the right people, get the right products, and be careful where you get these products, because there are copies in the market that will be in the same looking container, but it's not the same product. So it's very, very important that you pay key attention to where you are sourcing your materials for your building work from.
And I think as well, just on the whole, when you're building, there are certain things that I would suggest you can save money on. But one of the things is definitely, when you're looking at damp proofing, is not to scrimp on that. Make sure you splurge on those areas, and then look at different areas where you can make more cost efficiency, and that's the best way forward.
Yeah, it is. You got to find where you can save money, and then where you cannot save money. It's all about value engineering. So it's good to speak to your team to make sure they work within the budget you've got to deliver exceptionally good product that you want. So this is one of the big design feature columns that we are forming here. This stage, it doesn't look anything like what the end product will be, but trust me, you will see the end result of how everything just came together nicely.
I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for joining us and supporting us through the past year. The channel's continued to grow, and we've had a great community of people engaging with us. lots of inquiries and building products sold, as well as helping people with their home builds. So I just want to give you all a shout out. If you aren't already subscribing, do support us and hit the subscription button. It really does help us in terms of growing the community. So if you haven't already done so, please do join us.
So you can now see the two entrance gates. So the idea is you can come in through the one on the left on the screen and go straight to the garage, or you can come in and just go out through the one on the right. The security post was originally meant to be in the center of the two, but following discussion with the client, so best location is to be to the far end of the plot, so the security will have a great view all the way down to anyone who is coming up the road and also the whole compound. So that is a very best location for the security post.
So, as Prince mentioned earlier, whilst this fence wall was being completed, we have been doing other things in the home. And we've always spoke about when we've been doing our own project or other buildings that in order to keep within the budget and be as most cost efficient as you can, it's really important that you're always planning ahead in terms of your resource management. So if your guys, the people that do the mason work are not going to be doing things, what can they do whilst someone else is doing the first flicked electric? So this is, in this instance, this is the way it's worked better for us in terms of the project.
Yeah, I think it's also coordination, isn't it? Making sure the plumber and speak to the electrician speak to the plumber. For instance, it's one of these rooms we got a jacuzzi. So the electrician needs to know where the jacuzzi is gonna go, where to put the plugs for the jacuzzi. All those things coordinating is very, very important, and that is where the management aspect comes in to make sure all the tradespeople are speaking to each other. Because if you just left everyone to get just and go and do whatever they want, you find out then where you have your CCTV, it's not where you want it to be. Where you have your socket, it's not where you want it to be. Where you have your tap, it's not where you want it to be. So it's that constant communication with the whole thing. So all the people, the guy doing the plumbing, the electrician, the CCTV, all these guys talk to each other and they work on other projects also as a team. So the communication and the coordination to make sure people are the right place at the right time, as Nikki said, moving resources from one place to another. We work on two projects at the same time, so we move people between this project where the demand is.
Yeah, and it saves the clients as well, because obviously we need to keep to I don't know, if a wall should take 10 days to build, it needs to take 10 days and then move on. So we're quite tight, and we kind of remain customer focused in terms of what their budget is.
So like you can see, we just start applying the first coat of the sika bitumen. So there's two coats that need to be applied. The guys that apply the bitumen for us are trained by sika, so they know exactly how to apply it. So it needs to be applied uh, in two coats. So you can see nearly half of the wall is already covered, and all this will be applied all the way down, both inside and out. But as I said earlier, all the plastering will be sika waterproof additive added into it. So there shouldn't be any issue of damp appearing on the wall, flaking paint and all those things. We can guarantee is the guarantee we've got from Sika is actually what we will transfer the product warranty direct to the client.
If you do want to know more about the Seeker products, there are a number of videos on our channel in the playlists. So we have actually got a video on there with the interview and looking at the products of Seeker. We use Seeker products in our own building and on the projects that we've used where we've got to that stage. So you'll be able to see the packages and see the products and how we talk about how we've applied them. When we was back in Ghana in April of last year, and we did the internal and external plastering, we talked about the products, didn't we, what we was using at the time?
We are, and since then we have grown. We are Sika approved distributor. We stock this stuff in our office. If you need any of them, just give the office a call. They'll help you source the right product. So we stock almost all the Sika products, as well as your DPM, DPC, and all those products that we use. Very soon, we will also be featuring some of the fittings and fixtures that we use, because people are always asking us to say, where do you get this, where do you get that from? So all those things will be coming to the channel shortly.
Yeah, thank you for everyone that's been contacting us since we shared the location of our office. We are on Google. You can find us on there. We're on the maps, and we've had a lot of you wanting to come down and see the roofing tiles and the different products that are on display. So we're doing it because we have a passion, not only for the building side and the interior design, but we've come to really enjoy helping other people get the quality products that we've had spent time sourcing. For example, with the roofing sheets, we know there's roofing sheets on the ground, and we know that you can go and walk in and get roofing tiles. But what we wanted on our house is something that gives us longevity. Um, People can have roofing tiles on, and there's all sorts of problems with leaks or with rusting and things. So we wanted to just remain curious about what products we could get and also find value for money. And that's where we found the roofing sheets that we are now not only ordering for other people, but we're selling as well. And that's because it's a thicker product. Is around how would you, is it say half the size the depth?
Yeah, it is, and it's not any expensive than what you buy in the market. I think it's we most people who that call us is to say, I want it tomorrow. But I'm sorry, we don't stock this in Ghana. We encourage to help you buy it direct from the factory. You get all the savings that there is. Because if we should use bring it into the country, then we have be forced to sell it in at the local prices, so you will not get that benefit that you get. So we said you got to allow 10 to 12 weeks before you need it to order it to make sure it comes. Then you are sure you're getting the exact color you want, the type you want, because everything is made to your order directly. We also got the people who are contacting us about finished product, tiles, door, and all those things. Even air conditioning. We are working on partners currently, so very soon you start to see in our own house the kind of product we are sourcing. They're quite high product, no names, but at cheaper rates than you will get if you're sourcing it direct yourself.
And one of the things we will always say is we won't sell anything that we haven't already put in our own home. Everything that we're selling is products that we've tried, tested, and we're guinea pigs basically.
Yes, but all places that we are sourcing from, these are known brands that you put it in Google, it will come, you read all their reviews. They are not the smaller companies that have just started in the last 2 3 years in terms of manufacturing. They got the experience of doing what they said they would do. So we make sure we do all the checks and everything before we bring the goods down. We know the logistics and everything. So if you want to use anything that we have used, we can tell you it's 5 6 weeks for you to get it, because we have already walked that path for you.
Yeah, and I think that's why we wanted to start sharing our own journey once we started building, because it's helpful to see those videos, especially if you're not in the building industry. It's helpful to be able to watch and see, and we can see there's people trying and testing different things on the platforms now and the building methods, so it's getting better. I'm just looking at the feature columns now on the screen. You can actually start seeing the arc now. So it's being formed, and then obviously that's a security post there, but it's looking
No,
nice.
it's Mike's room. I said, Mike, that's your place. Once it's finished, you move it to site.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's looking nice. Obviously, the next plan would be getting the CCTV and the security fences and things. As with most things, obviously.
Could you imagine how much it's gonna cost for this amount of work? Yeah. So this is just a view down. from the very bottom looking at the house,
Yeah, this is the back of the
the
house,
back
isn't
of the
it?
house.
But yeah, it's coming along nicely.
Yeah.
It's an exciting stage. Once you've got the fences all done and the roofs on, you've hit the first road and hurdle. Now you can start on the internals. So obviously in the next videos coming up and things, you'll start to see the plumbing, the first fix electrics, ceilings, and all the exciting fancy things that's going to come up. So yeah, I think thank you for watching us and having that interaction. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the project so far. How do you find the kind of way the direction of the channel's going? And let us know what you think of that, what content you'd like to watch in the near future. As I say, we will be back on the ground again in just a few months' time. So we'll be hitting the ground with phase 3 of our own house. So that'll be good. We'll be able to bring you some more content on that. And thank you for watching today. Do subscribe to us. Comment below and let us know that you're still there and watching. And we look forward to interacting with you.
Yeah, I think it's just the view, just sit down here and just enjoy. And the guys working on the side now, they don't sleep in the rooms. They go and sleep on the roof.
There's a nice breeze up
Yeah.
there, I can imagine.
Somebody said they prefer the roof.
Yeah. There's the other fence wall that we did behind is it 6 plots or so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's 6 plots. Yes.
For those of you who are on Grace City, there are a few things in the pipeline, but as I say, we want to focus on quality, not quantity. So we will be bringing new projects to you. However, we will make sure that we're giving the full attention and doing so many projects at a time. So those projects will be shown on the channel and they are coming up. But thank you for being patient and enjoying the content that we're bringing, and hopefully the advice that we're sharing with you will help and be thought-provoking for you with your own project.
Thank you for watching and see you. Bye.
Bye bye everyone.